A brand new update just dropped here in Deadrails wherein you can actually buy some brand new trains using bonds, which means bonds are gonna be more important now as ever. And in this video, I'll be showing you guys a possible brand new best bond farming trick here, so make sure you guys do watch the entire video. Now for this trick, I will be using the vampire class because I want the movement speed here. And pretty much you can do this with any other class. All you need to do is come over here. You need to sell the gold bar definitely. So once you have actually purchased all 3 of your coal, I want you to go outside, get these newspapers. And rather than using the newspapers for protection, you can just go ahead and spam everything in here. So just burn everything, and I'm doing a horrible job of doing that. So there, we actually have everything burnt here, which means we have a ton of fuel. We are approaching towards our first town. Now the important thing to keep in mind here is that you do not want to stop for anything. You don't want to be mining, you don't want to be raiding other houses. All you need to do is just put everything into this, just get as much fuel as possible, and then just start driving up until you can actually see your first town. Now as you can see here at the 7,800 meters, you can see this. Now each one of these towns has a possibility of 1 to 5 banks. Sometimes there's an even bigger type of town wherein there's just so many of these banks. And the very first thing that you can actually do is kite them around here. Now of course, not getting hit is very important here. But you can actually run around, go into the church, and then get the holy water with your vampire because of how fast you move. And then just pretty much burn everybody. As you can see here, we have gotten rid of everybody. Sometimes there can be 2 holy waters. You can of course use 2 of them here. But I will be just using it so that I can do it faster. And as you can see, I have pretty much cleared out the entire town already. And then because of the sheriff or whatever happened here, a dynamite explosion. But if, let's say this is actually still here, there's a gate. What you would actually do is put the code in, open this bank up. And as you can see, each one of these banks can actually contain 0 up to 7 bonds. So as you can see here, I did get 5 bonds right there. I'm up to 152. Now you guys are gonna be able to, of course, just get everything here and play it through. You can sell everything and complete the game like normal. Or you could actually just leave the game instead of completing it. Do the exact same trick here. Now, of course, doing this solo is going to be much more efficient. You can do it with other friends. But again, one of those banks is not going to be enough for like 2 or 3 people. Doing this solo is going to be very easy and very self-sufficient. Now the same thing does apply, of course. You need to open this so that you can have a knife. Although the knife is actually not that crucial, like I said. The vampire is only being used for its movement speed. You can actually do this with cowboy since you also start with a horse. And then you pretty much repeat the same strategy. I bought 3 coal. I got the 3 newspapers right here in the sack. And then I'm just going to go over here and burn everything. As you can see, we have enough fuel. And of course, the strategy does repeat. We go all the way up to 7,800 meters for the first town. And it should be very nice. Now, in order to get to your first town, it takes you approximately 3 minutes, give or take. And it's actually going to be very, very easy because you can, of course, just keep repeating this. Let's give you some basics here. Let's say you can actually do this every 3 minutes and you get 4 bonds. In 30 minutes, you will have 40 bonds. And in an hour, you should be able to get 80 bonds. Now, of course, you can get very unlucky and get 0 bonds from one of those banks. But at the same time, you can also get lucky and maybe have a town with 2 banks, which can possibly give you 10 bonds in a singular run, which would equivalent into 10 bonds in 3 minutes. You can see here, we did indeed reach the first town at 7,900 meters. The same thing goes, just kite everybody, and as you can see here, we actually have double banks, which means we have 2 times the chance of actually getting a ton of bonds. Same thing goes, you run all the way in here and then you look for these holy waters. Now, of course, if there isn't a holy water in here, all you can simply do is just run around and actually kite them. Now, as you can see, of course, you can mess up like that. It's going to be very, very dangerous, but just keep running around and then you just want to throw this on the floor. Get rid of all of them, and as you can see here, we should be able to clean up everybody here. So there, we have just cleaned up the entire town here. No idea where the other banker is actually, and it's going to be very dangerous. I might die right now. However, we are lucky, and of course, we get a bandage right here. And as you can see, we have opened it up, and look at this. This time around, we got 6 bonds, which is going to be super, super useful. And since we actually have another bank over here, which means there should, in theory, be some more of these guys here. And as you can see, that strategy is actually going to be nice and easy. You guys can farm so many bonds within 3 minutes. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as fast as possible because it is going to be my dream.